No Retreat, No Surrender, the 1986 American debut of Hong Kong director Corey Yuen, which just so happens to be my second favorite JCVD movie of all time after Bloodsport, even though he's in it for about 15 minutes. This movie is a cheese fest with beautiful acting such as this.
We're gonna teach you some manners. Okay, it won't happen again. Oh no, it's too late for that. Yeah!
The story starts off somewhat simple, with Jason Stillwell, a Bruce Lee fan and a son of a karate instructor with a dojo in LA, being confronted by a crime syndicate who want to control all the karate dojos across the country. Wants Jason's father to join their organization, to which his father refuses. A swift knee to the leg by Van Damme puts him in his place. Yes, JCVD is a bad guy in this, a Russian named Ivan Krasinski. Seems like all the bad guys in the 80s were Russian. The Stillwell family is forced to relocate to Seattle, where Jason befriends a Michael Jackson clone named RJ. Jason saves RJ from a bully named Scott, and it all goes downhill from there, as Jason is basically bullied by better fighters who are coaxed into doing so by Scott. Things get so bad that Jason goes to the grave of Bruce Lee for help. Yep, at this point the movie goes apeshit as the ghost of Bruce Lee comes back from the dead into a conveniently available empty house to teach Jason martial arts. Some training montages with a kick-ass soundtrack later, and Jason is basically a top-level martial artist. Meanwhile, Jason hooks up with Kelly, whose brother happens to be the current national karate champion and a target for the syndicate, who has Seattle next on their list. Jason will have to protect his loved ones and prove himself to everyone, including his bullies and Krasinski. Now, rather than me just talk through the ending and ruin any chances of you watching it if you haven't already done so, let's look at some points about the movie. Number 20, 10-second enrollment. When Jason visits his new to-be dojo in Seattle, he starts filling out an enrollment form, and Dean Ramsey comes and grabs that form, asking him finished, to which Jason replies, yeah. He literally had that form for like 10 seconds, barely enough to write his name. Number 19, Hypokritsu.
Bruce Lee freak.
Scott mocks Jason for being a Bruce Lee freak, but turns out to be a martial arts student himself. Yes, I know Jeet Kune Do and karate are two different things, but you know where I'm going with this. It's kind of like an American football player making fun of a rugby player for running with an oval-shaped ball. Number 18, splits. This movie has the most badass Van Damme splits of all time, and you can't change my mind about it. No, I didn't say the most beautiful, I didn't say the sexiest, that ass though. Let's watch that one again. Boom! Number 17, JCVD can't pull a punch. When JCVD was cast, other actors and stuntmen had a real problem with him, as he continually made forceful physical contact with them during fight scenes, even after he was reprimanded by director Yuen. This has been the case in other movies such as Cyborg, where Van Damme has physically harmed other actors. In that movie, one of the actors lost an eye and Van Damme got sued. In fact, Timothy D. Baker, who played Jason's father Tom in this movie, testified against JCVD during that trial. Number 16, Van Damme's character's name is Ivan Krasinski, but for some odd reason, it's written as Carl Bresden in the end credits. My guess is the character started off named Bresden, and they did the credits, and then during the course of the filming, they decided, hey, we need a more badass name like Krasinski, because he crushes, I guess, I don't know. Number 15, Sensei versus Sifu. Jason initially keeps addressing the ghost of Bruce Lee as Sensei Lee, but Bruce Lee being Chinese, the correct term would be Sifu Lee. Number 14, the LA dojo was real. The LA dojo scene at the beginning was a real Tang Soo dojo located at Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks, California. It seems to now be empty, but the business seems to still be around with the same phone number from 40 years ago. How crazy is that? The Seattle dojo was a bowling alley repurposed, and you can tell by some of the markings on the floor. Number 13, LA as Seattle. The majority of the latter part of the movie is set in Seattle. However, apart from establishing shots of Seattle and Bruce Lee's grave, the scenes that were supposedly in Seattle were all filmed in California. This includes the Stillwell home, the Burger Time restaurant, the park Jason trains at, etc. Number 12, Scott is a lard ass. The movie emphasizes the important plot point that Scott is a lard ass, like this scene where he's eating a whole cake and something called ding dongs, and in front of Jason's house. By the way, this scene at Burger Time, that truth be told actually makes me crave a burger, him eating more cake, and this scene of him trying to eat JCVD's leg. Oh, and let's not forget the best line in the movie.
Who's the lard ass?
There's also supposedly a written out scene where RJ accidentally trips Scott in the school cafeteria, resulting in him spilling his food, explaining why Scott hates RJ, because RJ wasted his food, I guess. Number 11, Scott likes to jump. Scott really likes to jump for some reason. Gone RJ, over ladders, over construction signs, despite being able to go straight through this large gap here, and this unsuccessful jump attempt at burger time, resulting in him running around the barrier. I tell you, it's little details like this that make this movie awesome. Number 10, RJ can't breakdance or skateboard. Well, he can dance a little bit, but whereas other cast members seem to be doing a lot of their own stunts, RJ seems to be very obviously be using stuntmen for breakdancing and skateboarding scenes. For example, in this skateboarding scenes where RJ seems to bulk up and become Caucasian, this was because actor J.W. Fales was so determined to be cast that he lied to the filmmakers about being able to do both. Number 9, alternative title. This film was also released as Ring of Truth. I'm not sure why, as I don't see a specific ring anyway besides the boxing rings, I guess. Is that what it's referring to? Because the title makes no damn sense. Number 8, weirdest training method. Okay, the elephant in the room is this weird ass training method, which I'm guessing is to strengthen Jason's lower back. However, the unfortunate seating position of RJ plus the fact that he's suggestively sucking on an ice cream makes this scene weirder. Number 7, recycled extra. Sure, low budget films reuse extras, but check out how obvious this one is. This guy in the white shirt and khakis is literally on Ivan's team as he comes out, yet the next minute he's filling in as a crowd member booing Ivan. Number 6, Jason's dad is psychic. Jason's dad seems to somehow know ahead of time when Jason has been involved in fighting, including this one where his shirt somehow gets ripped despite nobody grabbing him, and this one where he's pretty much just getting beaten up. Both times his dad greets him at the door and just kind of gives it to him. I don't know what his dad's problem is anyway. He seems to be so damn against fighting, even if it's in self-defense, despite the fact, drumroll, that he was a karate instructor. Number 5, the Jacoby brothers. Dale Jacoby plays the role of Dean Ramsey, but you might be surprised to know that another Jacoby, his brother Corey, was in the movie too, seen here playing the role of his friend. I got suspicious when I saw how similar they both looked. Fun fact, Corey changed his name to Corey Jordan, was married to porn star Jill Kelly for about a year, and became a big director of porn movies, including Swap the Pop and Butts to Nuts. Number 4, Kurt McKinney got the part as the lead character Jason Stillwell the same day his application to the LAPD was accepted. He turned down the chance to become a cop to star in this movie. Number 3, Tae-Jong Kim. The Bruce Lee actor, who's Korean, looks nothing like Bruce Lee. Even the haircut is completely wrong, though he does get some of the mannerisms right, forcefully so at cringe level. I can just imagine the casting agent when they hired him.
When you Bruce, when I call you Bruce, you are Bruce, you understand? Besides, you all look alike anyway.
Number 2, more breakdancing. Many people know that Van Damme had a very minor background role in the movie Breakin'. Just look at him utilize the power of dance here. What you may not know is that F.W. Fales, or RJ, had a minor crew role in Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo. Number 1, where are they now? Well, Kurt McKinney basically acted in major TV show roles in General Hospital and Guiding Light, and a number of low-budget films. He's now married to wife Miranda, and they have 2 children. Jean-Claude Van Damme became a major action star in the 1990s, got addicted to drugs, and then Jean Coke Van Damme, as he was known, got married 5 times to 4 different women, had a few children, had numerous affairs. He gives a heartfelt monologue about this in the movie JCVD. Since then, he's turned his life around and became a conservationist and supporter of animal rights. This movie is a low-budget gem, and having Van Damme as a villain is a big plus. I think Van Damme is really underrated as a bad guy in movies like this, in Black Eagle and Expendables 2. So I hope you enjoyed these facts and talking points about No Retreat, No Surrender. I'll hopefully see you in the next episode. Take care.